I will tell you about an outbreak of endophthalmitis that happened at our clinics, and we believe it was due to the carbachol. We're located in Jakarta, Indonesia. We do about 5,000 phaco's a year with cefuroxime, and the incidence of endophthalmitis was very low. Major pharma stopped importing carbachol into Indonesia around 2009 because of difficulties. And we were left with all kinds of different makes from all over the place. Everything was okay for a while. However, in 2015, December, and early 2016, we had an outbreak of 8 cases of post-op endophthalmitis. After a process of elimination and many stops of banning, doing surgery, we found that the culprit most likely was the carbachol. Same brand was in 7 eyes. And we isolated Pseudomonas in 2 vials. So what did we do? We changed the brand. We used a filter of 0.45 micron, and there were no more cases in 2016. However, in 2017, this year, there was a sudden outbreak of 3 cases, one after the other. We stopped all surgery. We looked at the carbachol, and indeed, they were all from the same brand, Z. 2 of these eyes were vitrectomy eyes, and they got endophthalmitis. 1 vial of carbachol, brand Z, the new brand, had gram-positive cocci in it. We changed to 0.2 micron filter. We did microbiological swabs of every new batch. The blue is 0.2 micron. We do 3 types of culture, blood agar, McConkey, and thioglycolate now. Of the patients that had endophthalmitis, 2 had intravitreal antibiotic injections, 9 had vitrectomy with antibiotics. Final visual acuity ranged from 0.13 to 1.0 with a median of 0.6. This is an eye that had endophthalmitis in an eye that had previous retina surgery, Pseudomonas in the vitreous. This ECCE, hand movement vision, Pseudomonas isolated in the carbachol. This is my patient, high myope, had cataract. I'm putting in carbachol and cefuroxime here. 24 hours later, she had hand movement vision, cloudy vitreous. There was gram-positive cocci in the vitreous and the carbachol. Fortunately, her vision was salvaged. So what are our learning points here? I would say do not trust any intraocular drug that's not made by an established pharmaceutical company. Use 0.2 micron filter to sterilize solution. Do own screening of drugs of unclear origin when you have no option, and do not delay vitrectomy. Thank you.
You were injecting the antibiotic from the trocar at the end. Was the infusion off, or how do you do it? Because I do it when the eye is very, very closed at the end, and I just, so they're not...
They have valves. I just injected it.
And you switch off the infusion before you inject it?
No.
But then, I don't know, I mean, also the worry is that if the infusion is still on, it might be diluted. It's just a thought. So I tend to inject at the very end after everything. But
yeah.
So you proved that the infection was already within the vial, and it did not depend on the millipore filter, maybe that reduces, but it originally came from the vial itself.
Yes, we actually got a new vial,
yeah,
and we checked from the whole batch there, and some came out with the bacteria from an unused vial.
Mm-hmm. So that means obviously there might be some micro breaks in the vial that possibly could lead to contamination.
Yes, most certainly. The problem is in our country, we've got all this stuff that we have to use. There's no other option. And I'm hoping that this is a way for us to do our own screening, since no one else is doing it for us.
I just want to say this was a wonderful presentation on 2 levels. One is to go and identify the source and do something about it, which happened twice. and the second is again doing early vitrectomy.
I found interesting that you have a corneal suture there. In your case, you use a temporal approach, and you put in a corneal suture, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I routinely use corneal sutures in cataract surgery, and in all patients over 75, we do it also just to be safe.
Which is something which must be pointed out because it has its value. Yes.
Thank you.
If I may just make one additional comment, because it's one thing to talk about patients in general, and it's one thing to talk about yourself. So I just want to confess that I had cataract surgery on both eyes, not simultaneously, and I asked my surgeons to put in a suture.
Can I make a short comment? It was very important, just a comment, that you showed the blood and chocolate agar. So if you want to find out this is from our practice, if you want to find the source and you have I don't know, the solution or any other substance to see, do not use a standard agar. Use enriched blood or sugar or agar. Is it correct?